justice now, you know, we see the statue of justice and we see it blindfolded. And so we have to ask ourselves, what does a blind justice mean? Is this another case where we need to explore, we need to understand where this is coming from and see whether or not it makes sense? So when we look at Lady Justice, you see her in her garb, you see her with the leaves around her head. You know, she represents a Roman goddess, Justitia. And she says that in her right hand she has the scale of the balances. And the point for the scale is to show that people come before that court system and bring arguments to or against. And it all depends on the weight of your argument, the weight of your conversation. Not because somebody brings an opposing argument mean that it outweighs your point. And you have to realize that, because so many times we live in an era where people will always have difference of opinions. If you say yes, they will say no. And it's not even a matter of whether they believe the conversation is true or not. It's just a matter of how they can outwit you. And they just want to prove you wrong, even if what you're saying is true. That's just a society that we live in today. People will take the other side of the fence, regardless of which side of the fence you're on. They won't even examine to see if your side is true. They just want to know that they are not on your side, so they will choose an opposing side just to oppose you. And by opposing you, they don't even realize that they're opposing truth. And so we got to be careful, even when we look, even talking right now, I just remember about Ananias and Sapphira. They didn't even realize that they were on the wrong side. They thought they were arguing or debating or trying to convince the man of God. And they don't even realize that they were coming against the Holy Spirit. They were telling a lie against or to the Holy Spirit, which caused them their lives. And so we always have to examine for truth to see what side of the fence we're on. And we should always stand for truth. Always stand for righteous judgment. Always stand for justice. Always stand for peace. Always stand for love. And so again, with Lady Justitia, she has in her right hand the scale of balance. And all depends on what argument and the weight of the argument will tip the scale.